皆さんご安全に。やまけいです。ゲーム実況 NBA2K19 マイキャリア実況やっていきたいと思います。今日はフェニックスサンズ戦です。それでは行ってみましょう。
Sports alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony. This is Kevin Harlan. And on the sidelines,
ジャンプボールに勝てないな最近。
For the Pelicans, happy to be here in New Orleans right now in the midst of a homestand. This game against Phoenix here, it's the first look at the Suns. Last season they won all 4 games, showing complete dominance.
And they swept the season series against them last year. They really did have the upper hand.
Looking at the starting 5 for the Phoenix Suns. Okobo and Booker are their backcourt. Mirotic out there with T.J. Warren, and it's Ayton in at the 5, down low. And tonight we'll see 2 teams that are dedicated to the youth movement and the respective clubs. Doris, talk about the biggest challenges for a young player in this game.
Well, the world in basketball is increasingly small, so a lot of young players in the game have faced each other in AAU basketball, or if they've played collegiately, they've faced each other there. So the biggest challenge sometimes for young players is not letting this become a personal matchup with the player you're looking opposite. Basketball's a team game. While you want to outshine your opponent, you've got to do it within the context and framework of the overall team game.
Good point. Here's Booker, following the score by New Orleans. It's stolen by Davis. And here we go with Davis heading to the hoop. And it goes down 2 points.
And we talk about this a lot. Turnovers leading to transition points.
Right, they're making it easy for the opposition. You can't afford to cough the ball up like that.
Now, here is Mirotic. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Rockets in Houston.
And that's what you give up when you don't fight over the screen.
Right, the effort could have been so much better. You've got to be willing to fight through that screen. There's no question about it.
Davis against Mirotic. Davis, the pass to Cameron. And the Pelicans get it back. Clock at 6. Outside Jackson. And that one, good.
Oh, nice shot.
Jackson's got his first 2 points of the night.
Boy, the offense is really clicking. 4 for 5 from the field to start. Nice.
Pass to Ayton. Booker outside. They get a hand on it. Second chance shot. And Ayton with the nice bucket inside.
And using that 7'5" wingspan, putting it back off the miss. Specialties.
And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the New Orleans Pelicans.
It's so interesting to me that if you look at the history of the Phoenix Suns, it was the Mike D'Antoni era where they set the trend towards up-tempo run-and-gun basketball and emphasizing the 3. Remember the great Steve Nash at the helm? They were an offensive juggernaut at that time, guys.
For New Orleans, they've gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. 1:44 left to play in the first quarter. Here's Ewing. Easy jumper from really short distance.
Nice form on that hook shot there.
Suns trail by 3. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldrich.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, I caught up with Phoenix's head coach. He said even though this was their first meeting of the year, he did not expect there to be a between these teams. He said, we have a group of guys who can score and do it in a hurry. We're going to go right at them and test their defense early on. Looks like they're in attack mode, Kevin. Back to you.
David, thank you. They're putting the priority on offense today if everything goes according to plan.
Yeah, I mean, from the sound of it, they're not going to be using much of the shot clock here in the early going.
And why should they when they have such tremendous quick strike ability? Put pressure on the defense and keep it on.
And again, it's the Suns missing. New Orleans leading by 3. We've got 1:08 left to play in the first. Jackson kicks to Young. And the shot goes in.
Boy, masterful work from Thaddeus Young. He's got such tremendous length down there.
Turner finds Jackson. Suns moving the ball around, and the shot is good.
I'll tell you, sometimes it's easier to hit the target with a bounce pass. That's perfectly done.
スリー分蹴るな。
43 seconds left here in the first quarter. Passes it to Cameron. Now the pass to Whiteside. Outside for Jackson. Just 5 to shoot. Whiteside trying to break free. Great positioning on the putback.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Pass to Jackson.
さあ、ここは止めたい。ナイスブロック。
Rejected by Young.
Well, terrific reach on the block. Thaddeus Young stretches out well for a big time
いいね、いいね。
rejection.
And so the first quarter is in the books. Pelicans lead by 5. It's the NBA on 2K Sport. Platoon swap here for Phoenix. Davis looking for an opening. Outside Jackson. Kicks to Ewing. Shoots over Mirotic. A nice shot by Ewing. Ewing's got 6. We've got 1:08 left here in the second. Ewing is out there with Anthony Davis. And there's Jackson. Then there's Bojan Bogdanovic. That's the Pelicans 5. Ayton dishes to Booker. Good on the jump shot. Booker's got the game tied up here for Phoenix.
Well, you're talking about a guy like Booker, perfectly suited for the catch and shoot game.
Pass to Davis. Now here's Bogdanovic. Clock at 6. Back to Davis. Gets the rim for 2 with the D all over him. Davis has got 7 points for the quarter.
Well, he's one of those guys who's kept their offense clicking. They're in front thanks in no small part to what this guy's done.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. From 12 feet out, they get it again. Warren shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to go on Bojan Bogdanovic.
When TJ Warren is being aggressive, good things tend to happen. Puts the defense in a tough spot there.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
1本入れたいね。
And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. He dishes it to Ewing. Shoots over Mirotic. Nothing there on a 12-footer from Ewing. It's a tie game in New Orleans.
早かったな、タイミングが。
Send it over to David Aldridge. Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the... And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You know, Mirotic has been exceptional here, guys.
And through the first 2 quarters, he was dynamite from beyond.
Now, I think, Greg, the key was the team was looking for him, right? They knew they had a hot hand, and they just kept going to it.
Setting the floor for the Suns. Okobo and Booker are their backcourt. Ayton is out there with Mirotic, and it's Warren in its small forward. So much of being a scorer is finding ways to get open without the ball, of course, and there are a lot of guys that do that very well in the league right now.
Well, you think back to guys like Ray Allen, who have retired in the last 5 to 6 years. He was one of the all-time bests. You think back to the Detroit Pistons teams and Rip Hamilton. They set the stage for today's generation. Guys like Klay Thompson and Kyle Korver, who are relentless in their motion and sometimes do it randomly. Outside of the context of the offense, they're just, because they've done it so often, the kind of movement they create puts tremendous stress on your defense.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Hi, Kevin. Well, AI in their last time out against the Clippers delivered quite a performance. He scored 14 points and added to his contribution as well, getting to the foul line. He performed really well. I could see his role expanding if he continues to make that kind of impact, Kevin.
Hey, David, thank you. He was such an important part of everything they did in that game.
Yeah, maybe his line in the box score didn't jump off the page, but he was outstanding for them.
And I think they need the same kind of performance from him tonight. He doesn't have to dominate, but he does have to be a steady influence.
Left side, Mirotic. Basket, good. Mirotic has got 13.
And I love the momentum he's building. Last game, he was just as dominant.
Well, there's no doubt this guy's on a hot streak right now. That's why he keeps getting the ball in this one. They're like, hey, we're going to feed the hot hand.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. New Orleans making some...
うわ負けてる。
Cameron, Turner covering. Passes it to Jackson. 1:44 left to play here in the third. Fast break, here come the Suns. Leads running. Rebounded by Jackson. For New Orleans, they've gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. And Courtney Lee out of Western Kentucky, a consistent 3-and-D veteran.
And you know, more of a journeyman's career, but I'll tell you what, he's a winner and competes, does those little things, and boy, he makes some big shots.
1:10 left in the third. Yes, that goes in. And the Suns lead by 3.
Well, this is a comfort zone for Courtney Lee, someone who steps up and will take these mid-range shots with great consistency.
Cameron, Turner covering. Lee against Jackson. Down low. Ewing inside. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. Phoenix leading by 3.
And this is obviously where you'd like to see a 2-for-1.
Absolutely, you have to execute. No reason why they can't get a couple of chances at scores.
Good work defensively by Turner.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Now, this guy's a tremendous free throw shooter. You'd just like to see Lee get to the line a little bit more often.
The Suns shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
How about as a group, 80% on the season, one of their best attributes.
I think it's best to avoid putting this guy at the line if possible, but that's obviously easier said than done.
Loads it up for Davis, trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. On the wing, Booker over Bogdanovich, and that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. Shots continuing to fall as we conclude the third quarter. Both teams putting up points.
5点差。
How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
And, Greg, nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
さあディフェンスディフェンス。
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade, all fueled up here for the 4th quarter. So for New Orleans right now, they've got Ewing,
nice.
Bogdanovich out there with Jackson, and there's Davis, and it's Johnson in at the 3 spot. And it's Ewing penetrating, and it's blocked.
Using that wide reach to reject shots. Aiden can't afford to throw up weak stuff around the big fella.
Booker against Bogdanovich. Over in the corner, Warren. 5 on the clock. And Davis pulls it down.
Yeah, good interior D there, prevents the deuce.
Well, if he wasn't there, that shot's going in. Love the effort on the defensive end.
Here's Ewing. Rebound by the Suns.
I'll tell you, it'd be a big help if he could snap out of this cold streak. His shooting has been hurting them.
Okobo, guarded by Jackson. And Booker kicks to Warren. About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Great D that time from Davis. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Wow,
Jackson
nice.
gets the bucket.
That's a huge three-pointer. He'd love to become a go-to guy for them here in crunch time.
Yeah, when he gets going, he adds another dimension to their offense that can make a huge difference when the game's on the line.
Ayton, the pass to Warren. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5-for-8 clip.
It's about all you can do as a defender. Warranted just that talented and has that kind of focus when necessary.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. You know, Doris, there's a lot to like about TJ Warren's game, especially on the offensive end.
He's versatile. There's enough size there to challenge you on the interior. He's worked on that perimeter skill. Just one of the guys who naturally knows how to score.
Warren against Bogdanovich. Shoots the three, and the three.
Wow,
yeah, these defenders have closing down on shooters.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Okobo, guarded by Jackson. The pass to Mirotic. Stolen by Jackson.
Wow, nice.
And here comes Jackson, leading the fast break. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. For Phoenix, they've gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. At the elbow, it's Warren. Okobo, guarded by Jackson. 6 on the shot clock. Tries it from 19. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. The Pelicans have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. And it's Davis missing.
Man, look at how well the defense does to cut his path to the basket. Comes up empty on what might have been an easy play.
Mirotic against Davis. Okobo. It's hauled in by Ewing. Ewing's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. And the Pelicans miss again.
Man, right play, wrong result on that one. Generally, you knock those down.
That's a surprising miss, Greg. I have a feeling if they get that shot again, they'll knock it down next time.
It's good. It's the go-ahead bucket. And the Pelicans lead by 1.
That's what this team needs right now. Solid scoring chances.
Exactly. This isn't the time to settle for jumpers. If they have a chance to attack the rim, they've got to do it.
Booker.
He's got that huge wingspan, and boy, does he use it well on the defensive end. If Davis is within shouting distance of the shooter, there's a good chance he'll get a handoff.
On the wing, Jackson. 35 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Okobo, guarded by Jackson.
Right.
Booker, right side. Another miss. Nice, really hit a rough patch here. And they commit an intentional foul. It's another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble a game.
15 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And so they foul intentionally. And now he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. And the second two is good. That will put them up by 2. Phoenix calls timeout. They're down by 2. There's 14 seconds left in the game. Now the presentation of the Jordan player of the game, Anthony Davis.
and as you'd expect, he's done most of his damage in that low block. I mean, that was the game plan, to get it to him in the paint and just let him go to work. And boy, has the big fella delivered. He has just killed them down low.
It falls!
Wow.
He has tied up this game. Oh, what a shot.
Well, he can hit big shots. Booker's about as confident a young man as we've seen when the pressure's on.
まあしょうがないしょうがない。
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. From deep three-point range, couldn't sink the shot, and we're going to overtime. And regulation now complete. We will go to overtime. Glad to have you with us as we get going in overtime. Neither team giving an inch in this one.
オーバータイム外れてるし。
Tip-off goes to New Orleans.
負けてる。
Bender kicks to Jackson. Some nice ball movement here by the Suns. Back to Turner. Pass to Bender. Trying his luck deep. Pelicans pull it in. Ewing's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Outside Bogdanovich. AI outside. Just 4 to shoot. Jackson.
わあ、ナイス。
I'll tell you, that's nice work, right? You move, you get into space on the perimeter, and you knock down the three.
Booker outside. Pass to Jackson. Back to Booker. Three-pointer. It's hauled in by Ewing. The Pelicans shooting 43% from the field. Here's Davis. Good.
うわあ、ナイスショット。
Decisive.
さすがエース。
Point.
Which is exactly what you have to be, especially when your team needs a bucket.
ディフェンスディフェンス。
Booker looking around. Over in the corner, Bender. Back to Booker. The three. Tries.
うわあ。
Devin Booker with the big shot. He may be young.
あれは当たらんといけんけどの。
This could be a turning point.
Critical possession right here.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Pass to Bogdanovich. 13 feet away. Rebounded by Holmes. And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty. And so they choose to intentionally foul. It's the first that will put them up by 2.
外せ外せ。
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a three-point game.
A bit of heroics at the line right there as he bumps their lead to 3 and makes things a little easier for them defensively.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. They're behind by 3. 12 seconds left to play in the second overtime period. Could not get a winner with just one. What's your take, guys?
And right now, you can go for the 2 and then a quick foul, or go for the home run.
Well, you've got to be smart regardless of what you choose to do. You shouldn't just heave the 3 if it's not there. Let's see what happens.
They foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point. First free throw is good, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
いや
And so both free throws are good, and it's a 5-point game.
Boy, now it's just a matter of getting to that final whistle. Those 3
Yeah,
moves
see
will
that.
wrap this up.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. They're behind by 5. 3 seconds left in the second overtime. What a game. AI outside. Back to Bogdanovich.
そこで俺もらってもしょうがねえ。うわー悔しい。前回フリースローで頑張れたけど今回は最後のフリースローでやられた感じやし、フィールドゴールをもうちょっと入れれたら勝ててたな。もっと練習で頑張ります。それではご視聴ありがとうございました。